Hi everyone, A Loving Soul here. I hope this video finds you well. Today we're going to be continuing our Legends of Runeterra journey, and we have a 2-win Freljord quest, so I thought I would take the time to build a Freljord Shadow Isles deck. I'm using Shadow Isles as my second region of choice because we've been focusing on that as we've been building our progression in that region. So what was the idea when I built this deck? So I wanted a solid early game, so I decided to add a bunch of cheap token cards like Hapless Aristocrat, which summons a Spiderling as its last breath, and things like Lonely Poro and Omen Hawk, and Elise in order to bolster us and get us through the early game. And why do we need to survive the early game? Well, our goal is to get to our big beefy beat sticks at the end game with Overwhelm, cards like Alpha Wild Claw and Tryndamere that you get out of the base expansion. And the ways we can fetch those cards more consistently, we have these 2 copies of Babbling Beard. So that's pretty much it. Let's hope and see that this Freljord deck gets us those 2 wins so we can finish our quest, and let's get to it. We're against a Yasuo Zed deck, so this looks a lot more polished than what we have. Okay, so this is our homebrew Freljord Shadow Isles deck. We see a Braum, probably keep it. We probably don't need the 6-drop for now. Vile Feast, it's a removal spell. I'm gonna replace this for now. Maybe we can get a unit to play on the board. I think I'm happy to see Wording Stones. We're a bit more of a mid-range deck than I typically have played in the past. We're gonna play our Omen Hawk. Gonna get +1/+1 to the top 2 allies of our deck. And if our opponent doesn't have anything, I'll just get in a little bit of chip damage early on. I'll see how this deck does. I'm just trying to finish a quest that I got. The quest was to win 2 times with Freljord. We don't have pretty much any of our Freljord collection, so pretty much all the basic Freljord cards plus the Shadow Isles cards that we've been able to get so far. We can attack, but I'll probably just keep this Omen Hawk to block. We're not an aggressive deck, I don't think. We have some early drops just to help contest the board, but nothing too crazy.
That egg, did it move?
I'm gonna pass. I'll probably just take the 1 damage of chip and try to keep this Omen Hawk to block something more substantial.
The chains, they never stop.
Warden's Prey. I'm gonna just check this out real quick. Last Breath, create and hand another Last Breath follower from another region that costs 3 or less. So it's just another card that recoups its resources. And we're taking 3 points of chip. That's fine with us. Let's see what we want to do this turn. I don't think we need to Wording Stones right away. Let's just get Braum out. The reason why is we have nothing to really ramp into that's important. We could possibly have ramped into this this Brood Awakening, but it's not the worst in the world. So we are going to attack with this, and we're going to pull just this 1/1, and I think that's about it. Okay, sure, let's attack. And this is just so we can start working towards the Braum quest. I guess actually that was a bit of a misplay. I should have attacked the Undying actually. So I'm going to end the turn and keep that 2 spell mana. We'll see if we actually get punished for not grabbing that 2 attack creature. Elusive? That's a little annoying, but okay. It's our turn. I'm going to play our Babbling Beard. And this is going to get our Tryndamere. Okay, so this is what we want to ramp into. So, alright, let's block this 2/2. And I don't think we can block that, but let's also block this 1/1. Yeah, this looks good. Don't have to use the removal quite yet. We have creatures on the board to tank some damage for us. And we're gonna pass back. Braum's slowly working on his quest. My opponent has a very early aggressive curve. Alrighty, so we are 3 out of 10. Should have been 4 out of 10. Okay, it's my turn. We have 5 mana to summon creatures with. So going into next turn we'll have 6 mana, so we can cast this over Alpha Wild Claw, and probably then we'll start we'll start contesting this board more. Maybe we just Brood Awakening this turn. Or, okay, let's just play Wording Stones. And then I'm gonna play this Elise.
Hey, Krabby.
That's my resting face.
Gosh, more elusive. This is very difficult to deal with. Yeah, we're just gonna play this Elise now.
Come closer.
We're gonna attack because we're gonna try to get some chip damage, but next turn's gonna be us trying to block a whole lot. Discipline of Force. Okay. Alright, that Undying's up to 5-2. Okay. We will go ahead and attack. Attack with these two. I'm going to hook this 2-attack elusive here. What else do we want to do? I think we want to save these for blockers. Actually, yeah, we'll save this 3-2 for a blocker. And this 1-1 we'll save for a blocker as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack. Our opponent has no more spell mana to interact with our board. Okay. I get 3 damage through. Just a little bit of chip. Our Braum quest is at 5 out of 10 now. I'm gonna save this 2 mana in case we need it. Probably gonna use this to snipe that 2 on elusive. Because otherwise we aren't gonna be able to we're not gonna be able to interact with it. Elusive is kind of frustrating to deal with right now.
I must get out of here.
Opponent is casting a spell and everything's going up to attack. Deal 1 damage to all enemy units. So I think, I'm not sure the way it works, but let's see, I'm gonna have to do some stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna have this 1-1 chump block this. I'm going to have this 0-3 chump block this, chump block this, this will chump block this. Actually, I can chump block here. And then I'm going to probably Vile Feast this after this resolves. Actually, I don't really mind. Let's go ahead and do this. I don't want to take the damage. Okay, we'll block now. So this gets pinged off, but I do lose the spider, I think. So I'm gonna lose the spider, but it's not the end of the world. I think this attack fizzles. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Yep, the attack fizzles. So it's worth blocking like that in that case. It's my turn. I'm going to summon my Alpha Wild Claw. And I'm going to end the round. And we're going to probably start swinging this upcoming turn. Alrighty, this turn we will go ahead and play our Tryndamere.
My blade grows restless.
So what's nice about these 2 cards is that they have Overwhelm, so it's piercing damage. So if, for example, this Alpha Wildclaw attacks this Spiderling, I'll get 7 damage into their Nexus. Same thing with Tryndamere, they're both at 8 attack Overwhelm units. So my opponent's going to summon 2 copies of this. And they're ephemeral. I'm okay with that. So essentially one of them's gonna die. So this one's gonna come back, I believe. Sure. So we're going to go ahead and attack. I think we're gonna block. We're going to block this fellow here. Actually, yeah, we're gonna block this fellow here. And then these 2 will attack. I'm okay with this. Sure.
Left for a snack?
Actually I'll keep the, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that, yeah. Yeah, this looks all fine for me because all of this damage goes into the enemy Nexus. And these 2 Undying creatures cannot block. I'm fine with this 3-1 dying. It's done its job. It reduces the damage for next turn. So a lot of damage going into my enemy's Nexus here. Down to 3 already. We got the enemy down to 2. Alright, so looking good into our next turn. And we're going to end. Have 1 spell mana for next turn. I believe that Undying is going to come back. Yep, it's back and it got a buff. We have a pretty impressive board here. I'll probably part ways with this Wording Stone if I can use it to block something. Our most important resource here is our health total right now. Draining. So I believe I can still use this to chump block here. Although I probably want to chump block here. And then I can block here. I think this is probably the optimal way. And not only that, we are also going to flash freeze this 2/2. Just to nullify some damage here, because once again, our health total is our most important resource here. And other than that, yeah, we're gonna block. So this 2 attack fizzled. Our Braum finally is gonna level up. So now if he survives damage, I get a Mighty Poro. 7 mana back to me. I'm just gonna summon this 5/5 here. Next turn, we'll probably just save our mana in order to use something like a Vengeance or Vile Feast, but we're gonna probably just go ahead and start swinging as soon as our turn begins. Alright, so yep, we're gonna go ahead and start swinging. We're gonna do this, and then we're going to pull this 2/2 here. And then otherwise, let's just go ahead and attack with everything. Yep. And yeah, I think our Tryndamere and our Alpha Wildclaw are just gonna win the game alone, so. Our opponent emotes us. I'm just gonna reply back. I'm not sure what the Shen emote's supposed to mean. Okay, let's let it go through. I got a Mighty Poro, but unfortunately, I don't think I did have the board space. Oh, that's interesting. So it queues it up, and once our Spiderling died, I think our Mighty Poro just queued up and went into our bench. So, yep, there's 1 out of 2 wins with Freljord for our quest, and we got that nice 400 daily PvP win bonus. We're building up our Shadow Isles. Alrighty, we have another opening here. We got our epic capsule, so let's open it up and see what we get. Alright, so we got Miscall, a 3 mana fast, revive a random ally that died this round. Interesting. Atrocity, 6 mana fast spell, kill an ally to deal damage equal to its power to anything. Oh, okay, so I could see having like a big creature, like in the last game we had played our Tryndamere. Maybe we could like kill it and then do that piercing damage after the attack round, so that's like a cool combo. The box, this is a nice removal spell. I think I've seen this before. 4 mana fast, deal 3 to each enemy that was summoned this round. Another Ruination, I think we have 2 of these now, and Commander Ledros. I've heard a lot about this card. Cut the enemy Nexus health in half. That's very powerful for a control card. 8/6 and return me to hand. So it's like it's a resource that never goes away. You can keep putting down Commander Ledros. I think I'm gonna just want to put this card into my deck. This looks very strong for a basic decks. So cool epic capsule. So making some small tweaks to our very homebrew Shadow Isles Freljord deck. I had 2 Lonely Poros originally when I made this deck to finish my quest, but we did get that Commander Ledros and I really want to play him. So I took out 1 of the Lonely Poros and we're just going to slot this guy right in. We do have a bit of a top end. I think we had Tryndamere as our soul 8-drop, but now we'll have 2 8-drops. So pretty much the only change to the deck for now. Okay, we're against an Elise Braum Tryndamere deck, so we're both playing Shadow Isles in Freljord. Maybe we have the same quest that we have to finish. Only difference is I believe I'm playing Elise, or maybe we're both playing Elise, sorry. My memory's not that great. Okay, so we're gonna toss back this Brood Awakening, and we're gonna toss back this Vile Feast, And we'll also toss back this Avarice and we'll keep this Marksman. It's a very like flexible 3-drop. I'm happy to see this Undying, but possibly this isn't that good because we're more of a control mid-range style deck.
Lady Elise,
Oh, it's another, so it is an Elise deck. Can I see what champions they have by hovering? I guess that was only at the start of the game. I have to skip block because I don't have a 1-drop in my hand. We're going to take a lot of chip damage from this Aristocrat. But that's just like the price we have to pay to get to play the beefy boys later, right? Yeah, not much we can do. I'm going to pass these first couple of turns. But it's fine, it's our turn with the attack token, so get a turn to just ramp our mana up. This is all going to become nice spell mana for us. Next turn, since it's a defense turn, we'll probably want to do something like snipe off maybe this shell with our Avaros and Marksman, just something to keep in mind. And we'll be able to block this Elise if she tries to make an attack. Okay.
I must get out of here.
She's not going to give us a chance to block, I mean to summon a creature to block, which is very smart by our opponent, so we're going to take 4. And man, we're just getting beat up here, aren't we? We don't have many spells in our hand, so let's go ahead and... So we're going to be attacking next turn. These spiderlings aren't very good against this board with up full of 1/1s. So I'm going to just play this... First things first... Yeah, I'm going to just play this Undying here. Let's cast this now. Cursed Keeper can't block. We're going to pass. Pass back to our opponent. They have 1 mana. They might summon another 1 mana token. Nope, they're just going to keep that spell mana. Alright, it's our turn. We are going to play this Babbling Beard to fetch out our Tryndamere or our Alpha Wildclaw. Okay. So we have to wait 2 more turns before we can play this card, and it's going to be on our attack turn, so that will be good. So we already have 2 Alpha Wildclaws in our hand. They're going to play their own Babbling Beard. Okay. So let's go ahead and just attack with both of these. And we can do a Flash Freeze to get a good trade. Hopefully he goes something like Babbling Beard against my Babbling Beard, and I'll Flash Freeze it. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's Flash Freeze this 3/3. Okie dokie. And we get a good trade across. He might, can he follow up with the card that destroys this and draws 2? Wait, that costs 2 mana, never mind. Okay, not too shabby of a round for ourselves. I think my opponent should probably just attack with everything right now. Yep. Indeed, they go ahead and do that. I am probably just going to destroy my own Undying here, just to start drawing into stuff. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, let's block. I will save this until the end of the turn, probably. Frostbite an enemy with 3 health or less. Okay. That's fine. This will still chump block. I don't have any reason to glimpse behind right now. It's back to our turn. Let's just clean up the board a little bit. Let's play this Avaros and Marksman and shoot one of these 1/1 spiders. It's been quite annoying for us.
Can't afford to miss.
We have the option to draw 2, but I think I have more than enough cards in my hand right now. I probably want to just play this Omen Hawk. So she's going to summon 2 spiderlings this turn. So Elise is going to level up, I believe. Okay, we're just going to say, alright, you get your spiderlings. Elise is going to be able to evolve. I'm just going to play this Omen Hawk. Next turn, we're definitely going to be playing this Alpha Wildclaw.
Let me change into something more comfortable.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this Wildclaw out there. Other option was to play Babbling Beard to try to find our other big drops, but we don't have quite enough mana yet. So Alpha Wild Claw is gonna definitely go out and up to bat. This is also going to go as well. The thing is, if I don't swing with this, I think I'll pass on this Babbling Beard. Actually, no. Let's just swing with everything, I think, and see how it goes. And the thing is, these have challengers, so they can already force the attacks they want. So not much we can do about it. And we just have to minimize damage, right? Because we're the late game deck in this case. Alright, this takes off 2 damage from the board. Obviously this comes back as a Spiderling. So what's probably going to happen is they're going to drag the 7/6 into one of the 1/1 Spiderlings, and they're going to get 6 damage into our face here. Quite scary. Oh, okay. Ooh, that card's very strong because it gets out the 4/4 that was hiding inside it and gets another card, the Babbling Beard. I think that's pretty much it for us here. We're not going to be able to come back from this, I don't think. Grasp of the Undying is nice. I'm going to want to cast this, I believe, now. I want to do this before like he starts doing challenger things. After we cast this, we'll have 3 mana, so we can play this Wording Stones and hopefully chump block something, but I doubt he'll give me the opportunity. I'm going to Grasp of the Undying this Elise. We're going to say okay. So it's good that he went for Glimpse Beyond first, because otherwise he would have gotten extra value out of this Glimpse Beyond, because it would have resolved after my Grasp of the Undying. So he no longer has Challenger, which is good. I'm going to play my Wording Stones here, just in order to soak up some damage. I don't really need the extra mana that this gives us. Our health total is way more important right now. Although, if I get the opportunity, I may try to block the 3/3. What's a little scary is that obviously I don't have any more mana to play with this turn, so the opponent might feel free to do whatever they want. Another Ethereal Remitter, turning those 1/1 Spiderlings into obviously much more threatening cards. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pass. This is a Frenzied Skitterer. Okay, let me just read this card again. Give -1 to all of our cards this turn. So what are we gonna do? Let us block this 3/3 of damage. Yeah, let's block this spider. Mostly because as fearsome, and I might not be able to block it later with other cards, so let's just get rid of it now. I'm gonna pass. We only have 2 HP, which is quite scary.
You can see the Devastian border from here.
Pass. Withering Wail. Okay. So if we play this Alpha Wild Claw, alright, things we have to think about. We play this Babbling Beard. If we play this Alpha Wild Claw, we just won't have many ways to interact with the board anymore. But it's 14 damage. He can block with this 4 health and this 3 health. So that's 7. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's play this Alpha Wild Claw. And then we're going to probably attack with both of these and keep this 1/1 Wording Stones. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's going to be able to block a lot of our damage, isn't it? So if he blocks with it, then I don't have to deal with it next turn. So this is only 2 damage, and then this 7 is probably going to this 4. So that's only 3, so 5. So I'm not going to have quite enough here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's attack with everything. This might be game losing, but let's just give it a try, see if our opponent misplays.
This is
Yep, he's 100% concerned of protecting his life total. But getting these off the board means like I'm essentially blocking while getting a benefit because these cards have Overwhelm. That's how I'm like seeing it in my head. I wonder if he's not going to block the two damage. Okay, let's let it go through. And our opponent's at 2 now. A Vile Feast. I will go ahead and I will destroy my own 7/1. So I'm going to get some value out of this before they can drain this unit. I believe this denies the healing as well. Oh, this Braum is pretty nice. It can help soak some damage next turn, but I don't think he's going to give me the chance, unfortunately. So it did deny the healing, but yeah, we're probably lost here. Some things that we can do, we'll probably want to Glimpse Beyond, and then we'll have... I definitely want to block. So we're going to block here. We're also going to... I believe we're also going to Glimpse Beyond here. And then I'm going to follow up with this Withering Wail. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think we're still lost here though, unfortunately. Opponent got us by the skin of his teeth. We healed to 5, but we're going to take 7 here. I don't think my kill spell actually gets in before we can react, unfortunately. Alrighty, close game. We almost stabilized. We got our opponent to 2, but not quite enough to get there. That's okay, that's kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Alright, our vault is leveling up. Alright, we're against Garen, Lux, and a Zed deck. So Ionia, Demacia. Oh, Ionia's always annoying because you have to... oh, these Brood Awakenings are not very good against them because they're probably going to get denied. I also don't really like Vile Feast against them. Not many things that we can deal with. Plus Demacia is tough, so Vile Feast really doesn't do very much damage against them. Turn 1, I'm happy to see this Omen Hawk. I'm probably going to play this turn 1. Next turn, probably be Elise. I don't think our opponent's going to play anything this turn. It's back to us. Let's get that Elise out so we can start generating Spiderlings. We're not playing like a very typical aggro Elise deck. We're just playing this just because it's a champion card and it's pretty solid for the stat line. 2/3 is fearsome, as well as, you know, generating tokens is good for us. We can use these tokens as blocking units. Alright, end our turn. We got some nice bits of chip damage to our opponent, 4 damage already, for free without really costing us anything.
The Yordle here's with me.
Oh, okay, so Green Glade Duel. I have lost to this card many times, so I'm... please just get rid of that. I don't want to deal with that. Get it out of my face.
We must all make sacrifices.
You could argue that I could have waited a little longer in order to play around stuff, but I don't want to deal with it. My opponent passes. Next turn we're going to be at 4 mana. Not much I'm going to do. I'm just going to play this Lonely Poro right now. And we got a Sinister Poro. Yeah, it's fine. End the turn, and then we're going to go into our attack phase. We're just going to scoop all of these up and attack. Although, okay. Yeah, let's just scoop them up, and in we go. We're doing this so our opponent can't play something to block, and plus we're already getting that extra Spiderling with Elise's ability, so we already have a full board. Opponent's down to 9.
These are dangerous lands.
So this is Lifesteal, or yeah, damage this unit heals its Nexus to that amount, so it's a 4-mana 2/3, and it's also elusive. So very interesting unit. We'll probably want to Grasp of the Undying it. And my Elise is going to evolve because we got that extra swing. A lot of mana we have this turn. I'm probably going to want to do some Glimpse Beyond combos. So he's trying to double it. We're gonna Grasp of the Undying, have this resolve before he gets to do his shenanigans, and he only has 2 mana, so he can't deny my Grasp of the Undying. So a lot of value for us. We 2-for-1 him there and got all of his mana out of the way. Very good for us. My opponent surrendered. What I was gonna do there was actually Glimpse Beyond so we could develop a Wildcat the next turn. Very nice win, and we finish our Freljord quest here. So that's exciting stuff. Yep, we get 1500 EXP for winning 2 games with Freljord, and we get that second daily PvP win bonus. For a total of 1900 whopping EXP. We finally get our champion capsule for Shadow Isle, so we're gonna open this up real quick. And we finally got to unlock the champion capsule for Shadow Isles, so I'm really excited for this. Let's go ahead and open it up. Oh, we got an upgrade. Okay, a second Thresh, perfectly fine. And one of our wild cards upgraded to Epic, so it's always nice to see an upgrade. I believe Epic to Champions, like a 10% chance, but don't quote me on that. Fresh Offerings, if 3 allies have died this round, summon Pyromaul. Soul Gorger, a 6-mod 3/7 with Lifesteal. This could be good in like a mid-range shell, but I'm happy to see this Ethereal Remitter. When you play this, you can destroy things, your tokens like your Spiderlings or something like the Undying that comes back after it dies, in order to like proc those last breath effects while also getting obviously another follower with like higher mana cost. So this is a very interesting card. Second Thresh is great. I've really liked Thresh in the deck so far, so let's try to find some room to fit this into our Shadow Isle decks. Alrighty, to wrap up the episode, like I've mentioned in the past, I really wanted to get this champion capsule, which is level 8 on the region, but now that we have finally gotten it, we're gonna go ahead and change regions. For now, let's go ahead and lock ourselves on Noxus and start building up towards this champion capsule. Another route I've heard suggested in the online communities is to stop at level 4 to get this epic card or level 5 to get this silver chest. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of my journey in the Legends of Runeterra, and until next time, I wish you the best of luck on the ladder and in this game, and peace!